Time is our most precious and limited resource. And if you're like me, you want to spend as much of it as possible in a muscular, masculine physique that makes you feel confident. The problem is, you are not on the shortest path to your goal, at least not yet. In this video, I'm going to provide you the exact strategy that would have shaved years off of my muscle building journey. If you get value at any point in this video, hit that like button because this video keeps getting sent to like suburban moms and not guys like you who want to build muscle, and that would help me out a lot. Thanks. Step 1, learn to lift properly. Nothing sent me back in my muscle building journey more than getting injured. Sometimes I had to stop lifting for weeks, but other times I had to stop lifting for months. And a lot of those injuries came from the gym. If you learn good form and on the programming side, you learn how to periodize your workouts properly so that you can continuously improve, but also know when to pull back, then you are going to save yourself so much time. If you follow a workout program that you get online from a coach, most likely this is already baked in. So if you have the money to invest, then I recommend that you find somebody that you trust that looks like they're getting good results and has solid credentials, and I would invest in a program. If you don't have money, then my guess is you probably have a little bit more time. And in that case, you need to spend time studying up on what is going to help you periodize your workouts appropriately and watch a lot of videos on how to improve your form. Constantly take form videos so that you can see what you look like doing a movement and make corrections so that you don't break down over time. Once you get the logistics out of the way, then what you got to learn is how to push yourself, how to really challenge yourself so that you can stimulate your body to grow. It needs a reason, and you have to give it that reason. This may seem like a simple task, but this is the part that I see most people messing up when they get into the gym. They think they're pushing hard because it hurts, because it burns, because they can't do any more reps. But until you really try to push yourself as close to failure as you can get, you don't really know what that's like. And you got to do it consistently. Once you're a failure, try again, because I guarantee you could probably get a little bit more out of yourself. On the flip side of that, you also have to learn how to listen to your body, when to add in a rest day. How do you do active recovery? How do you foam roll properly and it actually be effective? These are all things that you need to dial in so that session to session, you are actually getting the recovery you need. And that means that the next session you go to, you can absolutely crush and challenge yourself again. If you do this early, you will accelerate your gains more than anything else in this video, which leads me to number 2, track your intake. One of the biggest issues when people step into my office is they think they know. They think they know how much they're consuming. They think they're getting in enough protein. Oftentimes, once we actually get them to track their intake using a phone application, then they realize they were way off the mark. What I'm talking about is tracking your calories, meaning the energy that you have coming in, and the macronutrients that you're consuming, the protein, carbohydrates, and fat distribution of those calories. And yes, this is about making sure you're getting in the right amount according to your goal, but this is also about you learning food like you never have before. In follow-up sessions, one of the biggest things I hear is, I didn't know XYZ food had XYZ macronutrient in it, or I didn't know XYZ food had XYZ amount of calories in it, and they're very surprised. I am not a proponent of needing to track for the rest of your life, but I am a proponent of tracking so that you actually know what is in food. The earlier that you can dial in your food knowledge and essentially create a database in your mind of what foods contain what and how many calories about, then you will accelerate your progress like no other. There's another component to this too, and that's understanding what it feels like to consume enough calories, enough protein, enough fiber, all the things that may make you feel pretty damn full, as well as the amount of carbohydrates. How does it feel to actually get in enough carbohydrates before you go into a workout and you feel more energized? So yes, tracking calories is about ensuring you're getting in the right amount, but it's also about learning the foods, learning your body, and learning the signals that are being sent to you. And then you don't have to track forever, but you got to do it at the beginning. And if you do it at the beginning, you launch yourself to success. Step number 3, dial in sleep. This is probably the thing that I was worst at, considering that my muscle building journey mostly happened in undergrad. And if you were like me in undergrad, you spent a little too much time with your lips connected to a bottle. And as a result, I had a lot of nights of really bad sleep. And going out really late on the weekends led to a lot of weeks where my sleep also sucked. Dialing in your sleep is about setting a strong foundation. Your body can't recover properly, your hormones won't be balanced, you won't be able to be strong, feel energized, or any of the things that you want. You won't be able to do it without sleep. Dialing in sleep is really about good routines. If you have a really strong bedtime routine that tells your brain, brother, it is time to go to bed and sleep like a little baby, then your body is going to respond and sleep really well. So turning the lights down low like a nice sexy country song, brushing your teeth, making sure you do some kind of relaxation technique, something like journaling or stretching or deep breathing. And this is one of the places that I actually do recommend a supplement to almost everybody I see who has trouble sleeping, is taking something like magnesium glycinate. Men need about 400 milligrams. I'll link some websites down in the description that do not pay me. I don't get anything from it, but they're my favorite brands. So if you need some, that you can just go use that and buy it. Once you've dialed in your sleep, step number 4 is something that should be pretty easy if you have all those other things worked out, but may actually be challenging for some more than others. And that is number 4, reduce your stress. We know that having a lot of stress increases cortisol, reduces testosterone production, and overall really sucks. And reducing stress might be about going and talking to a therapist for some people, but for many others, I find it's about finding purpose, finding something that you love to do, that helps other people, that makes you feel good day to day. It's about dreaming big, having a big lofty goal that really gets you up and motivated in the day, makes you feel like life is worth living. It's about cutting out negative people, not talking to people who bring you down, who are energy vampires, who say bad things about you, who don't treat you well. Get them out of your life. And sometimes that means cutting out your job. And sometimes you just have stress and you have no reasonable explanation of where it's coming from. And in cases like that, I'll take something like L-theanine, a supplement that will keep you calm, reduce stress, and give you that laser focus that you need to actually accomplish your goals. The reason that I put these 4 things in this order is because I truly think that if you can get the ball rolling, do some hard things, and build momentum, that once you get to step number 4, they become easier and easier as you start to implement these different steps. Look, this video was the overall strategy that you need, but if you want to get into the details and really dial in your plan to actually achieve your goal, then watch this video from the Build Muscle playlist and the rest of the playlist, because I'm giving away everything for free, and I'll see you there.